Hey there, this is Talwin. So I'm trying a program called Colopaint, which was made by my friend Ollie Lawson. Um, and I wanted to give some disclaimers at the content that follows. Um, I am a big fan of the program, and I'm excited after having used it for 2 hours. Um, I am, buying it and excited to have help support future development and stuff like that by grumbling about stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind if possible. Uh, and I'm not much of a painter myself, so I'll probably lean towards like trying to get more like drawing based things in there, which is like it's up to Ollie as to like what sort of like how broad of an appeal he wants. Especially single developer, alpha, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just want to give that disclaimer because you know the 2 hour video that follows is basically me just waking up, downloading a new program, and I'm the kind of person that's just like grumbling about using anything other than Photoshop or Clip Studio. I grumble when I have to like learn something new, all that kind of stuff. But I imagine some of the pain points that like happen to me are worth recording because all those kind of little small pain points that occur, like might make another person here or there be like, okay, I'm gonna do something else, like that kind of thing. So hoping that uh, the feedback is useful in this, and yeah, because Ollie's, I forgot how to talk. Hello. All right. So I haven't opened Colopaint before, until now. I did like click around like twice, and then it made me go, "Oh wait, I should record my first experience with the program." Because like that would be a lot of people's first experiences, and you know how there's like people have a lot of friction to like new programs. So I imagine like users that are, a lot will probably hop in, be like, "I'm confused," and then close it. Uh, so yeah, okay. Uh, First feeling I had was I was confused. Okay, so I think I made a new sketchbook, and then I was like, wait, where do I make a page? And my initial thought was right clicking here to go to right click new painting. This being over here makes sense. And these might be really turbulent thoughts. 40. Like, maybe this is a bit of the Photoshop thing, but like, yeah, like putting it, do that thing where it's like clearly in your face, where you're like, okay, new painting. Or yeah, for me, like as I was saying, like right clicking, and then there's like a thing that'd be like my other thought. Um, okay, so let's see. Swap. Okay. What if I want? What if I want to make it? What if I don't understand pixels, and I want 16 inches? Okay, I don't. can you change px to inch? Okay, no, I can't. Okay, so what if I want 1920 times 2? 1920 times 2. Okay, that's something I think is really cool. Is like I think, does Photoshop have this? Like if I go to 19, oops, 1920 times 2. Yeah, it'll like multiply it, which I think is like pretty cool. Um, I imagine that that's all like, stuff that would come in, but yeah, like, the DPI. Oh, wait, A4 at 300 DPI. 4K, A4. I mean, that makes sense, like, people can just like figure that out, but I imagine that that's on the to-do list. Okay, let's see. I'm spending a lot longer than I normally would doing this just because I'm like trying to get my thoughts vocalized. What is limited mode? Pick restrictions for this painting. Once a stroke is laid, removing them requires solving a small task. Oh, that's sick. Okay, okay. It took me a second to realize it's like a like weight training. Okay, cool. Block new layers, block color sample, limit colors, block flip mirror view, block zoom. Awesome. Time lapse recording, background. What? Can you not resize this? I don't know why, but my gut instinct was to make this bigger so I could look at it. Maybe it's just because like the like if I wanted to be really specific with the color stuff. Um, I am having a lot of gut feelings about the UI like theming and like maybe like the like the bevels on the rectangles and things like that, but that's like I feel like I would not be able to make what's the word like rational critique. It's just like speaking from like just subconscious brain being like um I think the general thing for me though is like and I guess this is like definitely a taste thing because it's more of like a classical painter minded thing, but like the like the brushwork UI, the brown and the red, uh and maybe some of the like the blue, like the icon colors maybe could be more wait, let me make a new painting. Yeah, like maybe the icon colors could be more um uh synergistic or something, but I'm like super autistic about that stuff, like uh and I'm probably not the norm, but I really like when ill. I really like when, yeah, like the UI is more like dialed back because what's it called? I find maybe the colors, like, when it's like the UI colors like might be influencing like your uh like like the whoa, what the heck, F, okay. Yeah, like when the UI colors might be influencing the like palette of like what you're making or something like that. I could see that being a thing. Um, because I'm thinking like, oh, what if I'm like doing these or something, and then I'm like thinking about it in relation to all the other stuff uh, on my page. Um, okay, back to thinking about program. Um, Layer filters. I'm gonna be really annoying with this and most likely just disable it. Like whenever I start a new program and I'm trying not to get annoyed, uh, because I get grumpy easily, I end up like disabling everything and then like slowly adding it back. Oh, okay, that's cool. Like this. Wait, gallery. Huh. So wait, what if I make a new one here? Okay, and then Control N. Yeah, okay. Cool. I actually do like when uh the tab stays exposed even when you have one painting. But maybe that's like a this is different but better. And I'm just like, wait, it feels different from the thing that I use. You know, kind of feedback. Not feedback. I don't want to say feedback. It's just like, I'm trying to fucking be like like you're watching a trained monkey try and understand this program. Okay, what are these S's? Okay, size, and size. Are these different? Why do I have three? Is this like scaling the circle in different ways, but they're all locked together? Clicking the triple dots doesn't do anything. Okay, that just makes it bigger. Did I like make a hotkey that like made a bunch of size things? I'm gonna just put them out here. What is this doing? Clone stamp. Okay, interesting. So clone stamp. Um, hitting brush. I'm gonna have to end up doing a bunch of hotkey stuff. Also, I haven't painted in a while, so like I'm literally not gonna make anything remotely tangible. Shortcuts. Okay, let's see. Brush size down, Q. Brush size up, W. Control G. Wait, let me see. Okay, so. Sorry, when I do a new program, I clear every single hotkey a lot of times too. View fit to window. Is that what I'm looking for? Control G. Yeah, cool. Okay. And then alright, the F does the behavior I like. You could probably skip this part because I'm just making my tailor specific stuff. Flip, edit, flip horizontal, flip image, flip canvas horizontal. Control F. Okay. What? Group? Oh, it's because I made a group because I was hitting Control G. Okay, let's see. Delete group. Can't delete the last layer. Click new layer, drag outside group, delete group. Okay. And and it flips. Cool, we did it. Does it flip in the way that Clip Studio does? Okay, what does Clip Studio do? Let's see. Let me look at what Photoshop does. Okay, so Clip does that. I feel like Clip and Photoshop have a different behavior with mirroring, and it like, uh, oh, okay, yeah. So you notice Photoshop, uh, you when you mirror or when you flip, it doesn't move your camera with it. So if you happen to be zoomed in and you're like, oh, this curve is kind of hard to do. Uh, Let me flip. This is really cursed, but let me flip and then that way I'm using like my hand to make the curve. Uh, as compared to the other way, which like maybe is like I'm not trained or whatever. But in Clip you can go like swoop and then flip it and go swoop and then flip it and go swoop. If that makes sense. Wait, I should go like swoop and then keep the same motion. But yeah, I like this behavior of like if you're zoomed in and mirrored, it like uh it updates it follows the cursor. Um, but maybe that's just me. But maybe that could be a toggle. I don't know if there's a toggle yet. So if there is, uh, forget me. Um, okay. My brain went to F for fill. So let's go to fill tool. Layer fill with foreground. Paint. Is it bucket? Paint bucket. How do I fill? Lasso paint, magic wand, crop tool, type tool. Um, eh? Fill. Is there? Are there more tools? Plus sign for more? No. Okay, zoom tool. Um. Okay. Uh. Is this fill? Lasso paint. Drag a shape and it fills on release. So swoop. Okay, that works. I do. I definitely go like fill a lot personally. But maybe that's because I'm not as much of a painter. So like, so yeah. Just trying to think about how I use uh Clip has that really fucking crazy good uh like you do this and it like fills that gap, which is like insane. It's insane style. Um and I really like that shit because like then when you're drawing quickly it like doesn't do the Photoshop behavior where you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't close it all the way. Okay. Um, and I know that that's like fixed. I mean that like behavior is covered with like the lasso paint kind of thing. Um, but I imagine people are gonna want like variety in how they're like if they're already so used to like doing it in one program or something like that. Uh, they might get like I don't know. I think that's a weird thing for me is like I will kind of like move back and forth between Photoshop um, and like Clip Studio and not like have a sorry, I haven't used this kind of tool before, so I'm like trying to figure it out. But I will not have a what's it called? Um, yeah, I don't. I guess I try and make the workflow feel really the same between the two. Um, okay, I started having that feeling of wanting a different color wheel. Um, so let me figure out how to adjust this. Um, window color wheel options. Toggle off. Okay, awesome. Um, I want to get rid of this big thing. I don't like the big thing. Um, I know I am dumb for not doing this kind of thing. I remember you showing me that like pop out thing. Uh, I just end up using sliders, I think. Wait, let me double check. Uh, I don't even have my color wheel open. This shows how little of a painter I am now. But yeah, okay. Uh, uh, oh yeah, and my color slider is hidden behind my timeline and animation cell. Okay. Um, colors, whoa, colors. Control Y. Ooh, awesome. We love Control Y. And it's already set to the value checking. So pog. You're so pog, Ollie. I'm hitting this like such a not painter. What? Oh, I'm hitting the side button on my stylus on accident. Wait, I don't like how that looked. Yeah, wait. Let me go back to drawing big shapes. That color picker, that's so sick. That's really dope. I like that. Um, ew. I don't paint without drawing much. Actually, I just use Blender, but still. This is kind of cool. It's kind of stimmy. I see why people like it. Oh, hitting numbers? changes the opacity of the layer. Finds that really weird. I think I will change that behavior just because I'm used to Photoshop and Clip doing brush opacity. Numbers opacity mode. Brush tool. What? Oh, okay. So I guess I would personally get like tripped up by how when you're in Lasso Paint and you press like 1, it's not doing the opacity. But when you are in Brush and then you hit, that like hit 1, it's adjusting the opacity. Like I feel like the behavior changing between the two is confusing. And I'm like, maybe I should like look at the preferences first to make sure that there aren't like options already for these kinds of things. Not like this specific thing, but like I don't want to complain when there is like an option. I'm not complaining. I'm making notes of my thoughts. I'm being harsh on myself because I am self-conscious. Let's see. Canvas. New layer starts with hue blending. Performance. This stuff is too high IQ for me. I feel like performance, interface, workspace, performance, memory usage. Yeah, I almost wonder. I mean, I could definitely sit here and like figure out what these things do, but I am not like entirely sure. Maybe it's just because I'm literally used to this like slider where you're like my computer's good, my computer's not good. which you get, small brain shit. Okay. I'm sure there'll be 8% of people. I mean, I guess the people that are small brain probably wouldn't even know about that kind of stuff. But all right. Something I personally really like. Okay, why is Quick Mask appearing? I thought I changed brush size. Let's see. Preferences. I don't like Quick Mask. Okay. I just want to make my brushes bigger and smaller, and I thought I did that already. So let's see. Oh, I didn't apply, I guess. Okay. Brush size bigger, brush size smaller. Let me delete that shit, it's ugly. Yeah, cool. Okay. Let me disable my Wacom. I just don't use the side buttons. What? They are disabled, but they're coming up in this program. I don't know what that's called. Let's see. HUD color picker, pen barrel button. I will delete that. Oh. Oh, hey. I have chunky fingers, Ollie, and I I keep hitting it. That would that's kind of hard for me. That's so funny though. Yeah, let me I'm gonna like tuck this stuff over here. And then sorry, I have a mental illness, so I'm like you know, I'm like forgetting that I was like distracted by the color picker and that it was like giant. I want the color this giant thing off. Pop-up matches wheel. I want to shrink it. The best I can do is shrink it. Is there no way to get rid of it? Oh damn, I'm recording at 60 FPS. Why am I recording at 60 FPS? Okay, a weird thing I use is, which I don't think the program will have, starter group. Textures. Did people make their own brushes already? Okay, can I bind individual brushes to individual hotkeys? Because that's something I really like with how I work is like, I don't know, I'm making it red. But yeah, I'll do like that, like, you know, brush, whatever, and then I'll hit C to swap to my drawing, so I could go, you know, whatever it is, like, and then kind of like go back and forth between drawing and painting. And then, yeah, I have like a pen, but I actually don't use the pen very often, but like I could if I wanted, you know, like two different kinds of lines. I'm like trying to warm up my brain while also like remembering how to paint. Not that I knew how to paint. And then also figuring out what things I like, how I tend to do shit. So. Um, so if I were to, like, on my to-do list, I would, text, make pencil, brush, make it bindable, bind, pen, brush. The other part that's really cool with Clip Studio is like I think when you make a brush or something like that, like it's like a tool setting. I think these are basically just folders. Like I'm pretty sure you can like add a new, yeah, like I think you can add like a pen and then you have like a second pen or something like that. You know, like it is basically like you're adding folders of things. Oh yeah, see, like I have like two pencil things now and like multiple pens, which is pretty cool. And then you can like name them, um, which is like I like that shit a lot. So so yeah, um, would want that. But I'm a drawer. I'm not a painter. So it's like me going like I'm not a rapper. What? X tool. How do I go back to brush? Wait, let me see what preferences. B. Oh, press key. Awesome. B. Brush tool. How did I get to this X? Oh, it's because I'm in the type layer. Okay. Okay, what is the behavior in Photoshop when we do that? Let's see. So I'm going to make a text and go blah blah blah. And then I hit B. Wait, I hit escape and then I hit B. Okay, it's also locking me out. Okay, let me check and clip. Blah blah escape. Oh, when you hit escape and clip it, it just closes the font. That's like bad clip behavior. Like what are you gonna do? Like type a whole essay and then be like never mind and then you hit escape. So and also hitting enter seems like it doesn't do anything. Oh wait, it like locks me out of text. Okay, that's so weird. But then when I do have this open and I press B, okay, yeah, it's all the same behavior. I think I just was confused by I think I'm confused by the icon. And that's why it would trip me up. Because like you notice in Photoshop, it's got the like this like like this sort of universal thing which like carries over to clip. But then in here I was like, whoa, X, you know. So yeah, I guess I'm like that's probably why I had friction there. I still keep hitting C just because I'm used to like C for my brush. Why can't I see my cursor? Is it because it's so small? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Interesting. I guess I do like being able to see my cursor at the smallest size. Like, what's it look like in Photoshop or in Clip? Yeah, in Clip it looks like it locks to like just that dot. Which like is helping me understand where I'm at when I'm drawing with like a little pencil. So okay, yeah. That feels weird. What does Photoshop do? The less I can use Photoshop, the better, honestly. Oh yeah, it becomes that little crosshair, like you're like playing an FPS game and you're going gamer mode. Um, okay. Something I did want to do would be if there was a way to toggle grayscale on the UI. That goes back to that earlier point I was talking about with the UI. I don't know if it's because I'm autistic, but yeah, I guess like theme UI type stuff. Maybe there's another menu for theme. Preferences. I did this right after I woke up, so I'm like not reading. Giga Crosshair. That's such a. Oh my god, that's so sick. Yo. Okay, I like this. I don't like. I'm not sure when I would use it, but that's cool as fuck. The name is amazing too. I like that. I'm a big fan. That is so funny. Oh yeah, I got all excited. I started drawing just because it's like Giga Crosshair. Damn. We win these. Oh, wrong window. Okay. Let me turn that off though. Control Shift H. There's so many marquees. Okay, see that's a thing. Like, clip. Let me look for fill again, just to make sure I'm not like being dummy style. Layer fill with foreground. What does layer mean? Okay, Alt F, Alt Shift F. Yeah, what does layer fill with foreground mean? I have it set. Layer fill with foreground. I would think maybe if I make a new layer and then wait, was that not new layer? Add layer, remove layer. Eh? Okay, what? I'm hitting Alt F and it's opening file new. So I don't understand what that fill layer button is at this point. Maybe it's because of the hotkey. Let me try a different hotkey real quick. Fill with, let's do Shift G. Shift G. Okay, so Shift G works. Shift G does what I thought it would do, where yeah, where I can kind of just do that. Okay, so is it Alt that is causing that? Let's try fill Alt G. Alt G. Okay, Alt is fine. Okay. Let's try going back and go to fill. Set it back to Alt F. And it's doing that. Why is it doing that? Let's search F. Is there anything that is going to that? Looks like not. Okay, so I'm just confused, and I will leave that to the big brain programmer. Because yeah, when I like that kind of, or I mean, you know, it's there, but it's just not on the hotkey that I like. Or it's not doable on the hotkey that I like for some reason, because when I'm pressing Alt F, it is doing that. Um, 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 um. Right click color picker, brush browser. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit more of a fan of that. I mean, okay, that's just me talking. I'm glad there's preferences. Camera. What is camera? What the hell are you making, Ollie? Camera. Recall camera bookmarks. I'm gonna assume that's relating to recording or something like that. I'm not gonna think too hard about that. Me thinking you're building an entire 3D program in Kala Paint. Shoo. Wait, what is this one called? Where's my fill tool? Yeah, where's my lasso? Why is my lasso paint not? Oh. Okay, wait. How is it not doing that before? Okay, now it's working. Okay, I would have to like go back through the VOD and figure out what I was hitting that was making it so it was like behaving like this one. Because I might have just been hitting that one, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what I was looking for. Stabilizer. Let's use stabilizer. Wow, I'm so much more stable. Pulled string. That's a good way of. I like how there's multiple. Moving average. I don't know which one I like feeling wise, but I like how the word pulled string is like a word. That's cool. That's like a. It's like you can understand what that means pretty easily. I'm like being all critical of the drawing, like the shittiest cats. I want to put this in the tab of these things, but it looks like it doesn't want me to do that. Let me put it over here. Eh. Eh. What? How did that happen? Wait, I want to drag it out now. Okay. Okay, wait. So if I put it here, I can't drag it out from here. But I can drag it out from that lower part. Which is kind of weird, because you kind of figure intuitively you'd grab the tab. If I grab it anywhere, okay, it only does it up there. Same with here. I guess that makes sense, like, as like a, because you don't, like, you're not always going to be like pulling windows out, so it's like kind of prevents you from doing it. So I could see that logic. And I'm recognizing my bias of how other programs use it. You know, like, is this a UX innovation? Are we redefining history? But yeah, okay. Clone source. I'm going to, okay. I want to right click here to close window. Like, I'm like, I don't want layers. Okay, does that not work either in here? Does it work in clip? Is that where I have the intuition from? Layer, close. What? It doesn't? Okay, you just click the X. Okay. I will drag, okay, I intuitively grabbed the tab again. I'll drag it out, selection storage. I know all these features are awesome, but I am, my brain is small and I want to remove scary words and scary things. I'm reclaiming my sensory drawing space. Layer filters. Is this layer filters? Are there layer styles? It's not layer styles. I know that's like a, you know, probably planned, but like I do like yeah, you know, when you're like, you like put the like the stroke on, and then when you paint, that's like wait, what? Where is it? Oh, I gotta make it bigger. Yeah, like that kind of thing is like pretty cool. Oh, it's a goop. It's a gooper. Shoo, choo, choo, choo. This is what I want my my ideal husband to look like. is it doing? Um, history. I want that up here. There it goes. What? I like history behind stuff because when I'm drawing, the movement, the peripheral movement distracts me. So tuck that away. Textures. I'm not. How does the textures work? I click it. Is this changing something? Eh. Kore wa nan desu. Okay, it looks like it's not round hard texture. Pastel. Cloudy. I'm picking like ketchup, mustard, like pea colors. We love those colors. Those are the best colors to have. Urge to fill, but we can't fill. Ooh, okay, next thing. I want multiple hotkeys for this thing. Brush bigger. Can I have multiple hotkeys? Can I go to create new hotkey? Can I create multiple? Can I go here and hit bracket? I cannot. I can only have one hotkey. I usually have both bracket and the other thing, because sometimes when my hand is on that side of the keyboard, I hit it. That's good. I want to change the brown in the background. The brown in the background actually is bothering me a lot. Workspace background. Awesome. We did it. Tiling asset. Whoa. Yo. Wait, asset slash bg.png. Okay, I could make something cute like that. That's awesome. Do like a little like tiled cinema roll. In case you don't know who Cinema Roll is. Yeah. Okay. And the painting feels really good, which, you know, I mean, that makes sense. I guess one thing for me specifically, and like uh, thinking about how I work and stuff like that. I definitely don't always do this, but I do end up working in a way that feels like I could do it in my sketchbook and not feel like I'm like, damn, I'm so used to this one like very digital tool, you know. Uh, so yeah, I end up being like pretty small brain with it. So I like wouldn't uh like uh there's probably a lot of tools that like I would get too into for myself personally. But I think that it is super awesome that they're there. Um, because that's just the me right now that is speaking. But maybe a different me would be like, hell yeah, I like tools. Awesome. You know, that kind of thing. Uh, so bearing that in mind, um, you can see I'm like warming up a little bit as I go. Let's just redraw stuff. I'm trying to be messy with it too. I'm trying to be kind of trad with it. Trying to be kind of trad wife with it. I shouldn't say that word. I hate that phrase, but it popped in my head, and we're feeling very impulsive today. So this is sometimes we're just blurting out what we're thinking. This is a big thing for me. Is like I will basically draw something and then like what's the word, like realize I am completely not warmed up, and then like sometimes I'll spend like 50% of the time drawing while not warmed up, and then I get warmed up and then I just redraw it. Not 50% of the time, like 70% of the time, like it's like drawing while not warmed up, and then once I am warmed up, I like I go like, oh okay, and then I just redo the whole thing, uh, which is like so funny to me at least. God, I'm so used to hitting C in Photoshop to go back to my pencil. Ollie, I'm sorry, I glanced up and got mad at the icon. I'm so sorry. But okay, this is my taste speaking because like I am a I mean I like cinema roll, so that's one thing. But like, you know, I like Kreda's icon. Krita? Krita? And I mean I also like that they have a mascot like that, like, you know, I'm I am one of those people that are I'm very internet. Oh, that shit's so ugly. I feel like that's like the biggest thing is like, whenever there's feedback, it's always like, wait, what is the person's taste? And it's like, well, I don't know. Like, I mean, I like Ghost in the Shell, and like I'm like pretty sci-fi with it. Like this is like this program. It's like more fantasy, and like I'm like more sci-fi. So like I need my monotype sans serif font with clean logos and no textures on things. Things have to look glossy and glossy. Yeah, everything is made out of like some sort of future plastic, including the interface. Um, I'm shit posting right now if it's not obvious. I think at this point, I would probably just um, be drawing like a normal drawing, and there's probably not a whole lot of there's really not a whole lot of UI stuff at this point that I would be getting annoyed with because I've made it very simple for myself, uh, which makes the program feel more accessible because there's that certain emotional feeling that people have. It's actually kind of funny. I was relating this to my to like Obsidian or something like that. Um, like where it's like when people see like this, they're like, "Oh my god, this program looks so complex," and then you're like, "Wait, no, that's just like it's just a lot of info." But like I think there are a lot of like uh emotionally minded people, that like get okay. Maybe this is me speaking from the perspective of a mentally ill person that is very emotionally activated, uh, but like there's um yeah, like if it's like I guess things being like tucked away like tends to help things like with like what is the balance of like tucked away UI versus like readily available, like I guess that's something that's really nice with Blender. Oh my god, you should yo okay, shower thought. um I don't know why you would do this, um but what if you added the search menu and you're like filter or you're like like you're painting and you're like, oh, I need to, what would be like a thing, like you're like, I need to, yeah, like I want to add some shit, like I'm like, oh yeah, I need a texture blur, and you just go like texture blur. That'd be so fucking sick. Okay, that's my thing. That's my thing. Okay, we're adding that to our wants. Um, wait, I'm pressing tab and where did my UI go? Pressing F. Oh, it's because I'm in a drawing a tool. Okay. Um, oh, I think I literally closed everything on accident. I thought I just hit it with like F or something. Okay, yeah, I have type layer. All right, Ollie, one of our wants is to add the Blender search. I'm so obsessed with that shit lately, especially like I got that on Fubar. Like, I gotta flex my Fubar right now, but yeah, like yeah. It's just so nice, like being able to like search that shit. What? I lost my pen. I lost my cool texture, my texture boyo. Control Shift E. Okay, I want to merge all my layers. That is a new hotkey I want. Let's see. Oh, wait, it did work. I guess there was a slight delay. This one's a little too painty for me. I'm gonna start a new canvas. Or I'm having that thing where it's like I want to make this part not ugly, so I can feel okay moving on to a different drawing. Because I don't want it to look like I've given up, you know. Because sometimes if a drawing is ugly to me, I just go next. Yeah. Damn. It's actually so funny. I never paint, like okay, it's like every now and then I'll like paint, but for the most part it's like I'll do like really ugly scribbles and then I'll go into Photoshop or Blender, or like my normal style where it's just like more like animation. So like I'm having that thing where it's like, because I've zoomed in and I'm like just working on this one area, I'm really missing that function from clip where it's, I'm drawing, like I just happen to be like over here, because I do zoom in a lot, especially like with the Intuos. Like being a like a drawing person that uses an Intuos, like I have to make up for my bad muscle control by zooming in onto parts that I would probably not have to zoom into on as much. It's like, it's so sick that like no matter where you are on the canvas, it's like keeping you right there. So yeah, would like that. Control B, Control B. Okay, I do want color range. Color range is the one thing that I really wish had a traditional equivalent. What is it called? I know you have color. You literally showed me what color range, like how to do that. You showed it to me. I'm talking to you as an Ollie. Showed that to me like 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, I think. Okay, I am. What is it called in here? Control B, color range. Select color range. Select. No. Clip Studio. Select color gamut. Okay, maybe it's called gamut. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna assume it doesn't have it. I feel like it does, but you got that. Okay. This is the thing that really sucks about Clip Studio. Um, and actually kind of like most of the reason why I don't fully use well, I really like the that like that looks sick. Um, Clip Studio, they don't have a one click horizontal. Like they literally don't have a one click horizontal. So you have to go to your straight line tool. That adds that adds that adds like you have to move your mouse all the way over here, hit the line tool, move it all the way back, go do your stupid straight line, then you gotta hit your hotkey and be like, where was I? And you're completely losing your flow. So the way that I've done my Clip Studio version is I just turn a fucking grid on and I just eyeball it. And it's like another one of the reasons why my style is so sloppy. you know? Um, because I'm just eyeballing that shit, which, I guess it's like kind of cool. That goes back. Can I have a grid? I want a grid. Let's see, view, grid. Grids are really important to me. Uh, Especially like for when you're trying to like keep track of where your I'm gonna make a serious comment with like this kind of painting, but when you're trying to like keep track of like where your horizontals are and all that shit, and your verticals, it's like pretty nice to have that grid and then be like, oh yeah, like that's like around here, so it's like kind of like aligned, and then yeah. So would like a grid that I can hotkey. What other hotkeys do I use in Clip? So I got grid toggle. I got, what the hell? F4 is duplicating layer. Okay, I don't use that. Okay, yeah, that's like a big thing. Obviously, for me personally, and this isn't the goal of the program, but animation tools would be awesome. Like I'm very like one-stop shop, I guess. Stuff. Uh, so if I can have the more things that resolve that, sort of like oh, doing it in this, doing it in that, and like that kind of thing. Like there's even stuff like, what if, okay, we're gonna go really dumb with it, but what if you put Color Paint in Blender, like that'd be like I would be in heaven, because like I've really wanted, like, the less reasons to leave Blender, the better. If there was like a better program in there. I like, I'm speaking as if like like a little kid, that there's no reality to like I know you can't sell I know you can't sell things on Blender. You have to like sell like links to them or something like that, like, because like it's like a free program or whatever it is, that like keeps it open source. But yeah. Okay, Magic Wand tool. Okay, we got Magic Wand tool, but I need to set it on here. Magic Wand, for me it's M. Ignore marquee. Okay, wait, am I just like not hitting enter? Yes, okay. Oh wait, maybe it's because I'm like typing yeah, so I think I'm like hitting Magic Wand. Let me type a random thing, and then I'm hitting and then I'm Xing out of it. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, I'm like binding it, and then I'm exiting it. and then it's like, then I realize it's not updating my 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 binds because, you know. Okay, cool. So now I got that. And I can, you know. It's funny, I open the crop tool so much just because I'm so used to C being brush. It's okay at this point, like this goes back to the multiple binds, but I would want to have both C and B be brush because I use C, V, and B for brush, and then how do I do? Wait, let me. Yeah, so I do that, but so K is my polygonal lasso. L is my other lasso. I don't have a box lasso hotkey. I don't think I should have a box lasso. That'd be cool. But let me add those. Poly. Yo, you don't like poly? You don't like poly people? Lasso tool. Wait, is there? What is it called in here? Polygonal lasso. What? Why is there no hotkey? Eh? Ah? Eh? 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 What? Eh? What? Why was it making it white? But yeah, that's me right now. Ah, see, I'm pressing F. I'm pressing F for fill. Oh, okay, interesting. My version for F, cycle screen mode, I put that on tab. I didn't even realize that I do that. Okay, it looks like you can't bind tab. Okay, no tab bind. Okay, let's see. Bindable tab, Alt plus F, broken bind. Let me like I'm trying to add like notes, so because like I'm just ADHDing out. Yeah, what was the thing that I was trying to bind to Alt F? Oh wait, let me just look at it in here. Oh yeah, it's fill there. Oops. Yeah, Alt F. Does that still not work? Oh yeah. Okay, Alt F, broken bind. I'm having a hard time understanding where my cursor is when I go to text tool. Like, it's just not there. Okay, hopefully that makes sense though. What? First, also I'm moving this, and it's like going It's like getting mad at me. It's not letting me move it. Okay, I'm going to put a layer down, merge it down, and then move that. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, I'll put it. I don't know where to put it. Let's put it right here. Okay. Yeah, going back to themes and stuff like this. So yeah, I've been hyper fixated on being around plurality. And I realized the reason why I am so hyper fixated on it, because I realized I most likely have dissociative identity disorder. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I would like themes. I would want fully customizable themes that you could bind with hotkeys. That's another one that could be cool. And also this movement thing is being weird. Cause like, you know, imagine I'm in you know, like edgelord mode. So I put my edgelord theme on. And you know, sometimes that comes and goes really quick. So you know, you're like hell yeah, I'm edgy. And so you like swap your music, you swap your theme, and then you're like, wait, I'm small now. And then you swap to like, you know, like your cinema roll theme. Yeah, that'd be an important one for it's not important. I'm like kind of shit posting, but I'm just like I'm trying to be a concept artist with it, you know, and like just saying or like just not judging my ideas, just having them and then you know judge them later. But yeah. Oh, there's that thing of the brush getting so small that like it's kind of hard to tell where it is. Giga crosshair. Oh, my brush is. Oh, I went to like smudge on accident. Okay. This like. Wait, let me turn that off. Actually, I don't like that. For some reason, I'm pressing the number keys, and it's not adjusting the opacity. Like I am on round hard, and then I press 2, and it stays really thick. I wonder if it's changing the flow. No, it's just not doing anything. Okay, let me go to a new tool. Okay, tab out, tab back in. Okay, so opacity has like broken somehow. Maybe I'm on a weird layer. Nope. I don't know what I did. Okay, I will just stop using opacity. This cat looks so fat. He's just vibing. He's had so much of the he's had so many croissants. It's a cat that loves croissant. It's so goopy. I say love it. It's like awesome. I actually, that shit looks so cool. I am appreciating how the goopiness looks while keeping my lines visible. That's nice because it feels pretty, yeah, like nice and opaque. But still, it still feels like controllable, which is nice because I have a hard time with like that. That's usually why I don't like a lot of mixer brush and all that kind of stuff. Is just I am trying to reduce variables in what's going on, and so the closer I can get to I guess markers, the better. At least for how how I work and all that stuff. Yeah, we have until my dog yells at me to take her on a walk, and then I will stop my painting. Because I actually had a pretty hard day yesterday, and this is a little ambitious for where I'm at right now. But it sounded really fun to record our initial thoughts on it. So yeah. Yeah. They're cute. I'm forgetting that the opacity is kind of weird. drawing here. That face was kind of gross. I don't like that either. Oh, I like that more. Okay. I haven't looked much at uh the image adjustments. Posterize, hue saturation. Looks like it's got all the good stuff. Ooh, that looks cool. Oh, that's cool. You can just change. Ooh, I really like that you can change things. Oh, that reminds me of. Oh yeah, I'm remembering I can't hit tab. One thing I really like with Photoshop. Yeah, you got that. Nice. Yeah, where like when you hover, it changes the like it updates it immediately. Clip Studio doesn't have that, and that is one of the things that makes it a little hard for me to paint with, because like I will do that and then I will roll it around and I'll be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool looking, you know, and then like maybe like duplicate and then be like, you know, like maybe there's like a more texture, some weird thing that could be like here, and then you know, and just like be very like fuck around and find out with it. Why did I swear? I was trying not to swear, but goof around and find out. I keep hitting C still for y'all can see what I mean, right? With like, it feels like I warm up a lot when I draw. And it's weird because like I know some people, they're like, what? Warming up? You just draw. And like, you know, and they are talking about like that, like they don't notice like a quality difference or something like that. Maybe they think about oh, you need to draw like 50 boxes or something before, but no, I just like straight up like I like my like, you know, sense of like volume and stuff like gets a lot better. Or like it starts really really like not great, and then after a bit my brain is like, oh yeah, we're drawing, that's awesome, and then it kicks in. But that might just be a my brain thing because I have a weird brain. So let's try and draw something all the way out because I do hear my dog is starting to wake up. I hope I wasn't too mean with feedback stuff. I just feel like first impressions are really rare for a developer to get. You know, like there's only going to be one time that we are looking at a new program. And for a lot of people, that one time, you know, they have some sort of friction, and that friction creates negative feelings. And then because we're, you know, a very avoidant culture, because we're on the internet, you go, oh, friction, tab out, watch YouTube or whatever, or tab out, go back to my program, or my my normal program. So, sorry, I just thought of something, but so yeah. Turn off all the other stuff. I actually liked it before. I'll leave a little scribble in there. Maybe I'll do the thing. I'll do the cool minimal artist thing where they have like just a bit of highlight. So they're like, yeah, I know about lighting, but like I'm not gonna render. And he looks like a slimy boy now. I don't know why his balaclava would be slimy, but it is. And that's what matters, because it's a balaclava made out of latex. I think I have to pee, so I'm gonna leave. Alright, bye.